so that we can start. So you're welcome again. I really appreciate you for coming. I really appreciate you for learning, and I really appreciate you for putting them to practice. But then I will still need you after this class to do more of the practice. Because if you don't practice it, you don't develop it. Now, I'm a Christian and I know about the verse in the Bible that says you have more understanding than your teachers. Meaning, as I'm teaching you, by the time you keep practicing it, you will develop some skills on your own that you can use to be better than what I have taught you. Okay? Yes, and which is true, is working. I teach also in school, but I don't teach schools rhymestone. I teach them what they need to know in class. I teach in a school. I teach creative art. Creative art comprises of drawing, painting, craft, and others. Okay. So let's get into our work. Sorry, you can't see my face because the my electric bulb just went out. So I've been trying to look for it to get, but I couldn't get it. But as soon as I get it, you'll be seeing my face regularly. Okay. So then now let's go to yes, my document. That's where I save most of that's where I download most of my portrait pictures. Now you can see we're working on Usher. I think we should work on this particular one, this particular Usher here, but then I need to open ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. Yes, this is you. Yeah, what's on the agenda today? Okay, I want a vector to work with today. So don't mind me. I like gisting with ChatGPT sometimes. It's trying to create pictures for me. Don't worry. I'll see what he's going to bring out, but then I'm going to give him my picture. Give him my picture. Let's see what he's bringing out. But before then, let me copy the prompt I need to use. Let me copy this first one. Then we'll compare that. Copy while it's still trying to create a vector for me there. Let me just paste what I have copied. Paste it. Paste what, let's wait for it. Okay, that's not what I actually wanted, but then just a wake up. So good. Let me say thumbs up, but then I will have to add my picture. Now the picture I want to add to it. Let me see. Add a picture to my document. Then scroll down and look for the Usher I actually wanted to work with. Okay, once I get there, yep, is the picture, the one I want to work with. Click on it, paste it. Yes, then I click. So it's creating it already. Now that's the prompt for this. I'm sure you have this prompt for the first class, but don't worry, Alima, I'm going to send it to you later after the class so that you can also work with it and then send you some pictures you can also, then the gift I gave them the other time, I'm going to give it to you too. So let's wait for it. Finishing up. Okay. Yes, this is what he gave me. This is fine. Now, let me Let me copy the second front and send it there too. Let's compare. Let's compare same with the Usher picture. Send it there. Paste it. Then convert. We have to compare the two pictures. There's the first one, the first query. Let's see the second query. Let's wait for it. Let's wait. We're almost there. Yes. Now this is the second query. It's almost just a little bit different. Now, if you look at it here, spot the difference. That and this. So any of them is okay. So what do we do? Right click and save them if you want to. Okay. No, not that if you want to, you must save them because I already have the pictures already, the vector already. So what do I do? Minimize all this, open my silhouette. I open my silhouette. Let's wait for the silhouette to come up. Okay. It's coming up. I need to even check up my other laptop because I took it for repair. Even this one too. I need to service this laptop as well. Okay. Now on it. So what do I do? Okay. Go to my this is the okay. This is what we'll do. I don't want to use the one I have here. I will have to save the one. Now, I want you to suggest this or this. Which one should we use? The first or the second? Which one do you feel we should use? I'm waiting. Which one would you feel? Which one do you feel we should use? The first or the second?
The second.
The second one. Okay. Let's use the second one. So let's save it. Usher. Oh, let's save it let's save it as that. Usher. Oh, save. Good. Now it's saved already. Let's go to where it should be. That's my document. So I have to take time to look for it. Usher. Oh. Now let's go down. I think it should be down. It's not down. I have to go back up. Don't mind me. Sometimes it takes time. That's why I have to save it as Usher Who because I have so many Usher there. It's Usher R. Usher. Yes. The Usher. Let's go. Or probably went to download. Let's see. Let's see on download. Ah, he actually went to download. Okay, this is it. So what do? I drag it in. Drag it in on my mat. The next thing is me sizing it. Sizing it there. But then I still need the original picture beside it. Sometimes go back to my download. my document, get the, which is this, drag it out, drop it there. Okay, so we're good. Now I have this as a size. So the next thing, the size is 11 by 15. The breadth is 11, the length is 15, which is the height. So we have to go to the next step, which is to trace. You know, if you're using designer's edition, you don't have trace by color. You only have trace by area, okay? But because I'm using business edition, I always like using trace by color because vector is always in black and white, okay? And rhinestone is all about black and white. Silhouette is all about black and white, okay? Now, I'm going to select to, to trace by color. Hitting my color, pick up the white part. Now, you actually did not select every part of this. And what do? You do your all areas. Now, all areas is selected. Zoom close to see how clean or how clear it is. Sometimes you can go with this. Sometimes you can increase to make it brighter. So I'm increasing my tolerance. Sometimes you don't need to increase to up to that 16. You will get a brighter one, but there are some images that will you will have to increase up to 50 or 70 before you get a brighter image. So I think I'm good with this. So I'll do the next thing I do is just to trace. Okay. So let's wait for it to finish tracing. Now it's done. I hope this will not give me the first or the second. The second inversion. Yes, it didn't give me the second inversion. What do I mean by the second inversion? You all know that already, but the only person that does not know that is Alima. She does not know what the second inversion is. But then I will explain that to you. Now, second inversion, this is the first inversion. How is it first inversion? Because you have this square around it, this square image around it. Now, I always like changing the colors of the color of the outline. The default is always a red color, but I always like changing it to any color I feel is better. Then I'll fill it with probably a white, fill it in. Okay, meanwhile, let me change the background, the matte to black. Okay, so we're working with that. This is my first inversion. Now the second inversion, now that we have the first inversion, those parts that you are seeing as black, I want to explain the second inversion to you. Those parts that you're seeing as black will be the one carrying the stones. Those parts you're seeing as white will be the one that will be carrying the 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 background colors. Might be the red, the surface. Okay, so let's see if we can get the second inversion with this tracing. Okay, this is what we traced. Okay, so let's go back to tracing again. Remember, I traced as white. I'm going to trace it as black now. Why am I tracing it as black? Some of those pictures sometimes don't come in the first inversion. Okay? So I will tell you what to do if your client or anybody wants it in a first inversion. Now, the first inversion has a lot of stones. Then the second inversion does not have a lot of stones. Okay? So let's see the difference now. Let's trace black. Yes, all areas. Now increase tolerance. Let's zoom close. Zoom close. Okay. If it's okay, yes, this is okay. Then trace. You see the difference between the first and second inversion. I named it that. So don't mind me. I name it that myself. because I've been working with this. So this is the second inversion. Let me change the color to a light blue and fill it with white. Now, this is not carrying any rectangle or any border around it. This is carrying the border. So you will see what happens when you convert this. Now, if you look at it on the dark part of the mat, you notice it's not looking like him, right? But if he's on a lighter surface, a lighter surface, you notice is looking more like him a little. But with this on the white, let me take this out and drop this there. It's not looking like him with the first inversion. Change it. So anything dark surface, you will see the effects of that. So now let's convert them. Let's convert them to rhinestone. Remember, your default spacing is always 0.039. I don't like using that. I like decreasing it because if I don't do that, if I maintain this default, the spacing between stones are wider. So you can only see the effect when the finished product is far from your eyes. But when it's close to your eyes, you don't see the sparkle like when it's far. But if the spacing are close up a little, you see the sparkle from afar and close by, okay? So I always like changing from 0.039 to 0.020, between 20 and 30, okay? So this time I'll use 27, then hit my enter key to record it there. Okay, it's done. So I have my SS10 highlighted, which is the universal size that we use. Okay, here in my country, we hardly get the SS6 and SS8. Okay, so we are used to SS10. So I'm going to use SS10 to convert this. Now, see, you can see the rhinestone effect here. You have the radial. Let's convert it to radial. Let's wait for it. Convert to radial. Now you can see the radial. Sometimes, I don't want to tell you lies. Sometimes the radial silhouette can give you the right radial. You don't have to edit. But sometimes it doesn't give you. So with this, it's not that you can't edit this, you can, but it will take you longer period for you to achieve. So I would advise, if you are just learning this, don't try radar. Try, always use your linear, okay? Always use your linear. Now you can see this is the linear. Now you can see, let me take this one aside and then convert this, okay? Let's see what radar will give here. Click on it. Yeah, let's see what radar will give. Good. This is what radar gives. Now, see what linear will give as well. This is what linear is going to give me. Yes, that's given me this. Now, if you take note of this image now, the the second inversion is not looking like him, right? So let me change the background, this color of the background, change it to white. Now you see the difference. It's looking like him. This is why I call this the second inversion. Now, the face itself is not carrying the stone. It's just those darker part of the face that is carrying the stones. And sometimes you can always use this to fill up the first inversion. You get it. You can see it. If you are doing two colors, three colors, or so and whichever way you want it, you can use that. Okay. So I have this and I have this. Now, this I put on the white shade is not showing his face. It's not giving me the real face. To me right now, it's showing as a negative. So, but if I change the matte color, this is this is he. Okay. So we have this. So if I try it on another color, still look like him. Another. So meanwhile, so whatever color you're using with this particular shade, you don't have to use it on white. So, but if it is this you're using, make this as a major to be on white on a lighter surface, a lighter surface. You will see the image. You can see all the other colors I clicked on now. It's not really showing him. Even this. So if this color was a darker color, you will see the face. So now let's work. The next step is to edit, to make sure it's looking like him. But before we do the editing, you can't edit without breaking or releasing the rhinestones. Okay. Now the stone count here is 4,326 pieces. Now let's see the stone count here. This one is 3,216. So we'll work on this later. So this is the major that we're working on. So I release the stone. I release it. So let's wait for it to finish releasing. We'll wait for it. I hope you're learning something. Hope you're learning and now you're taking records because I would like to see what you've done this week so that you post it on the group. Post it. Okay. So we're still waiting for it to finish releasing. Let's wait. Why it's taking long? It's because my system is almost full, so I need to delete some things from it. Okay, we have this now. We have this now. Previously, I told the people that were part of this tutorial in the first time we did this, I told them not to take this out, not to delete it because you need it as a learner, as a new beginner or as a newbie in portrait in rhinestone when you're using silhouette. Okay. Now with this will help you a lot to achieve your details. Yes. Now, some people after converting like this, they can just produce because they feel they have already gotten it. But to me, it's not really, there's no detail that will really show that this is the person we are really doing. Okay. So we need as a newcomer or as a newbie in Rhinestone, you need this as a guide. How is it going to be your guide? You're going to put it behind. But to me, I am, since I have been working with this, I have gotten to that point that sometimes I don't need it. But for you as a starter, you need it. It will get to a point, you also drop it and then be doing it on your own. Okay. So just like a newborn baby, they don't start working immediately. It takes them time. So that is what we are doing now. Okay. So before I can get this behind the rhinestone itself, I will I will group it again. Control G to group, or you use your grouping selected shape at the far top of your Silhouette Studio. Click on it. So to wait for it to finish grouping. Now, while it's grouping, what you need to edit this. Now, your control key is very important. Your shift key is also important. Your arrow key up, down, and left to right is also important. Okay. So more often, you'll be hearing me calling them as I'm holding them. You'll be hearing me. So take note of that. Okay, Alima, is you I'm talking to. The others, they know all that. So I'm referring to you now so that you note that your control key, your shift key, your arrow key, going up, down, sideways, and so on. Then the most important tool on your silhouette that can enable you edit in Rhinestone is your transformation panel. This is your transformation panel at the left side of your software. Okay. Now, I need this image to go behind it. Okay. Either I drag it in or I select both. Still use my control key. Still use my transformation panel. Click on my align right because the image is at the right side. Okay, now it's not well settled. So I would do center, align center, click on it. So it's balanced. Then I click out. Now, if I zoom close to the eyes, I zoom close to the eyes, you notice you are expected to have the stones on the white part, not on the dark part. So you have a lot to edit here. Okay. Now, there are some places you see there is no stone at all. You are adding or you are subtracting. Okay. So now, if you take note of this, this is not supposed to be on the dark part. So that means you're going to be doing a lot of shifting, moving for you to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, so are we ready? So if you're ready, we're going to ungroup. Click on the stone and then ungroup. So let's wait for it to finish and ungrouping. So I'm going to walk. Before I proceed, hope you notice how the image was before editing. So if there is any change, you let me know. If there is no change, you will still have to let me know, okay? So let's start. Now it's done on grouping. So I click on the image behind so that I can work on the others. So let's start with the eyes. So let's zoom close to the eyes. Now I need this. My shift key down, pressing, when I say shift key, the shift key down, I'm holding it down. Then I use my arrow key going down to move. Okay. You see it? Then release my shift key to select another one. Shift key down again, move up. Now I need this to move in. Click on it, shift key down, move it in, then up, arrow key up. Now shift key down to for multiple selection, select, and then undo lift your hand from the shift key, then you align with your transformation panel, horizontal spacing. Now, do you see it? Good. Now, I need it here. So what do? I think I need this to duplicate. Manually, I drag it down like that. So click out. I move this and move this. Don't worry, it's touching. We're going to be aligning later. If there is any need to align that particular part, we'll align it. But if there's no need, we don't have to. Okay, now let's leave that. Now, take note of this part. Shift key down, move arrow key to your left side to move. Now, this a little bit up. Okay, this a little bit down to create this space. Then this, we have to go up so that the space will be there. Okay, now take note of this. Shift key down, shift key still down by selecting multiple, arrow key down to bring that down. Okay. This also can go down If there's any need to add here, we can do that, but don't let us do that yet now until we're done with what we're doing. So move what is necessary. Then this as well can also go up, arrow key up like that. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out. Now that one, shift key down to move to my right side, I mean my left side, and down a little, okay, to balance that. Now notice this and this. Move them down. Don't worry, they are touching. It's part of the game. If there's any need when we are aligning, we can delete. If there's no need, we'll leave it like that. Now I need one here to complete that. So I duplicate, Control D